In golf, the Professional Golfers Association of America's tour has been the major golfers tour for ages. This association is the organizer of the leading professional golf tours played by men in the United States and North America, organizing most of the events on the leading annual series of tournaments. Some of their major tournaments include the PGA Tour, the PGA Tour Champions for ages 50 and older, the Korn Ferry Tour for professional players who have not yet qualified to play on the PGA Tour, as well as the PGA Tour Canada, PGA Tour Latinoamérica, and PGA Tour China. However, this leading golfers tour association recently got a new opposition called the LIV Golf, and they do not like this very much. Join us as we look at how LIV Golf plans to take over the top spot from the PGA Tour. When I say new opposition, I really mean new, as LIV Golf was founded just last year. It makes sense that most people don't even know so much about them, especially since their inaugural season is this year. I'm not even kidding. The first LIV Golf Invitational Series event started on June 9th, 2022 at the Centurion Club near London, England. It's worth a record $25 million. This includes $4 million to the winner and approximately $120,000 for the last place finisher in the 54-hole event. This tournament conflicts with the PGA Tour's RBC Canadian Open. For this reason, any interested player had to request a release to play in the June 9/11 event. In prize money alone, players compete for $225 million over 8 events, with 7 tournaments having a $25 million purse and a $50 million finale at Miami Trump National Doro. And this doesn't include appearance fees or money used to lure players away from the PGA and DP World Tours to join the Saudi-based LIV Golf Series. LIV Golf is a professional golf tour financed by the Public Investment Fund, the sovereign wealth fund of Saudi Arabia controlled by the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. The name LIV refers to the Roman numeral for 54. That's also the number of holes to be played at the LIV events, and the score if every hole on the course were birdied. That said, there's been a controversy between the old-timer, the PGA Tour, and the newbie LIV Golf. Sometime in May, the CEO of LIV Golf announced that they had just gotten an investment worth $2 billion. This was extra funding from Saudi Arabia to build his breakaway invitational golf series into a full Super League by 2024. If you don't know what this means, it simply means that the PGA Tour just got a rival who plans to give them a run for their money, literally. CEO Greg Norman definitely has plans for all these billions, and in his first interview since securing the deal, he told BBC Sport that his plans stretch decades into the future, and that within 2 years, a 14-tournament global series is going to be underway. He said, "We have a long-term vision, and we're here to stay. We're going to grow the game, give more opportunities to play, and create a more entertaining product for fans. We realize it won't happen overnight, and we're excited for the opportunities LIV Golf will add to the game as we continue to grow." He also said 5 of the world's top 50 golfers have already committed to the Centurion tournament. Phil Mickelson, Lee Westwood, and Sergio Garcia are among the players who have publicly disclosed that they requested a release. Others believed to be involved are Ian Poulter and Martin Kamer. 6 of the top 50 players in the world and 19 of the top 100 have signed up for the inaugural event. This includes Luis Oosthuizen, Dustin Johnson, Lee Westwood, Ian Poulter, Matt Jones, Sergio Garcia, Hudson Swafford, Taylor Gooch, and Kevin Na. According to reports, Phil Mickelson was offered a whopping $200 million to play in the LIV series and confirmed that he is going to play the 8 events this year and 10 next year's. This contract is twice what he had in his 30-year PGA Tour career, as he earned around $95 million throughout that period. Dustin Johnson also received a better contract with LIV Golf, as he was offered a reported $125 million. This could, however, reach up to around $150 million. Compared to this, Johnson claimed nearly $75 million in career earnings, with 24 PGA Tour titles, including 2 majors, and 6 World Golf Championships under his belt. These aren't the only golfers who've been offered more money than their current contract with the PGA Tour. In February, the Telegraph reported that Ian Poulter had been offered $20 to $30 million to join the LIV series. Bryson DeChambeau has been linked to LIV Golf, and he was supposedly offered $135 million, which could rise to over $240 million. According to sources, Bryson is now getting a guaranteed $100 million plus to join LIV Golf. According to Greg Norman, the LIV Golf tournament will be played over 54 holes rather than 72 holes and will include a team element that will see players teeing off simultaneously around the course in a shotgun start. He said, "The whole notion is to change the look and the whole presentation of the way the game has been played over the last 53 years. We've just got approval to launch our schedule into 2023, 24, and 25. We've got $2 billion to back that up, so we've got additional funds in place. And just because we're talking about 23, 24, 25, and we're looking way beyond that too, we're looking at decades." Several players from the PGA Tour and European-based DP World Tour have been seeking waivers from those organizations to allow them to play the opening event in England. And let's just say this didn't sit well with the PGA Tour at all. The PGA Tour issued a statement reiterating that tour members have not been authorized to participate in the event and that members who violate the tournament regulations are subject to disciplinary action. The golfers realized the stakes days later, and the PGA Tour's vague disciplinary actions became clear. Moments after the golfers set off down the fairways for the first time for the LIV Golf event at the exclusive Centurion Club, the PGA Tour suspended 17 of them and declared that they were no longer eligible to participate in events on the American-based tour or any of its affiliates. Yikes, right? While the punishment had been expected, it also serves as a warning for other golfers. The PGA Tour's commissioner said in a letter to the competition's members that the warning was simple. Any player joining the newbie league in the future could expect the same sort of banishment. Commissioner Jay Monahan wrote a 2-page letter to tour players that oozed contempt for the Rebel Tour and its players. It stated, "These players have made their choice for their own financial-based reasons, but they can't demand the same PGA Tour membership benefits, considerations, opportunities, and platforms as you. That expectation disrespects you, our fans, and our partners." This was pretty straightforward and apparently pretty controversial, especially to LIV Golf. However, before the event at the Centurion Club, some players who had signed on with LIV Golf, including the PGA Tour veterans Luis Oosthuizen, Sergio Garcia, Kevin Na, and Dustin Johnson, said that they'd resign from the PGA Tour, possibly to avoid suspension or a lifetime ban. Regardless, Commissioner Monahan's letter said that they faced excommunication either way. LIV Golf was expecting another set of golfers to sign on to what is now the richest golf tour in history before the next stop of the 8-event series in Oregon. On hearing the commissioner's statement, they quickly fired back with their own statement, stating, "Today's announcement by the PGA Tour is vindictive, deepening the divide between the tour and its members. It is troubling that the tour, an organization dedicated to creating opportunities for golfers to play the game, is the entity that's blocking golfers from playing. This certainly isn't the last word on this topic. The era of free agency is beginning, as we are proud to have a full field of players joining us in London and beyond." Britain's Ian Poulter insisted that he and the others in the field hadn't done anything wrong, despite participating without the PGA Tour's waiver. He told reporters, "Of course I'm going to appeal. It makes no sense how I played the game of golf for all this time. I've had 2 tour cards and the ability to play worldwide. What's wrong with that?" Phil Mickelson, whose participation has aroused the most interest and controversy, refused to comment, saying that he wasn't ready to discuss the PGA's actions. Others, though, were more forthright, convinced that their banishment was related to golf's established powers fearing competition. Graham McDowell resigned from the PGA Tour 30 minutes before striking his first ball in the new tournament. He said he'd begun consulting lawyers in anticipation of what was coming. He said, "We've spoken to the lawyers. We have the LIV legal team, which is fantastic. We have our own legal team. Some players have decided out of caution to resign and just stay away from any litigation." Some people believe that the PGA Tour's actions were right. Justin Thomas said that he was, quote-unquote, pleased with the PGA Tour's response, stating, "Anybody that's shocked clearly hasn't been listening to the message that Jay and everybody's been putting out. They took the risk going into it, whether they thought it was a risk or not. Like I've said the whole time, I have a great belief and great confidence in the PGA Tour and where we're going and where we're continuing to grow, and these guys just aren't going to be a part of it." Some public members believe that LIV Golf lured golfers with huge appearance fees and a format that guarantees every entrant 6-figure payouts at each event. Greg Norman defended the prospect of already wealthy golfers playing for vast sums during the increasing economic hardship. He said, "I can't speak about the side of politics. Over 40 years of being involved in professional golf, I've played through many recessions and inflationary times. Sport is always looked on as being an outlet to some degree. In golf, quite honestly, players are the lowest paid on the totem pole compared to soccer and some sports in the US. One of the lowest paid. From my perspective, these players deserve the opportunity to go and play for this because they haven't been able to play for this in the past when they should have been." While CEO Norman and the LIV Golf are proud of their beginning and their future, the PGA Tour isn't as ecstatic about it. This newbie organization and their new league spell bad things for the old-timers. And there you have it. Thanks for watching the video.